let me give this, how many people here, this is your first time to El Salvador? Oh my God, awesome. Wow, okay, okay. And how many people here are El Salvadorian? Raise your hand. Okay, okay. So what we're going to talk about, your next speaker is going to talk about is, it's been 2 years of Bitcoin being legal tender here. And those of you that are here for the first time, those of you that are El Salvadorian and those of you who've been here a number of times, you're all seeing sort of some places, there's great Bitcoin adoption, obviously El Zonte and other places, and other people are like, gee, I don't know what it is. And so we're going to talk about, your next speaker, on how the adoption has gone in the last 2 years and where we can move forward from that. So she was Miss El Salvador in 2022, and now she is Miss Bitcoin. Please give a big, warm welcome to Alejandra Guajardo. Did I say that correctly? No. Close?
Okay, está bien. Hello. Thank you all for being here. I'm so excited that finally I'm doing a conference in my country. This is my second conference of Bitcoin. The first one that I did was in Pacific Bitcoin. So I will tell you a little bit of my projects and what I've been doing here in El Salvador. I started to first, 10 years ago, grow my own organic food. This is my dad. He got pancreatic cancer 10 years ago, and that is one of the most dangerous cancer, and like out of 10 people, only 2 survive. Steve Jobs, he was the perfect example that even if you have all the money in the world, it doesn't matter, because if you don't have health, you don't have anything. He got pancreatic cancer too, and he didn't make it. So when we were at the hospital with my dad, they were going to take off the pancreas of him. They told us that most likely he was not going to make it. And, well, he did, thanks to God. And so the doctor told us that he was only going to have 1 year of life. And he's been with us 10 years already because we started to grow our own fruits, our own vegetables, our own medicinal plants. We started to grow cannabis, and we made the CBD oil. My dad makes it. And he got better because of the CBD oil, because I think some of you know, the CBD regenerates the cells. And literally, it's a magical plant. It helps for a lot of things: Parkinson, cancer, fibromyalgia, tumors, muscle pain, everything of the neurological system. And so I wanted to bring my project here because everything that I have, it's in Mexico. I'm half Mexican. To make awareness of people to start growing their own organic food and to be independent in your food, because like at the end you cannot eat Bitcoin, right? So for me the most important is to be self-sufficient in your food. And then when my country made Bitcoin as legal tender, I was so happy because it went together. So being independent in your food, being independent in your finance, in your economy. And then when I went to Miss Universe, I decided to make my national costume about Bitcoin. I wanted to wear something different. I wanted to be actually something more futuristic, like an Iron Man suit with a LED that said Bitcoin. But the designer, he told me, no, because Bitcoin doesn't represent us. The government only made this to steal our money. And I was like, what were you saying? Like, this is not, like, the government didn't make this to steal our money. So when he told me that, and a lot of people that I was telling them, yes, my national costume is going to be about Bitcoin at Miss Universe, they were like, why Bitcoin? What Bitcoin? No. So I was like, okay, I need to educate all of these Salvadoran people that Bitcoin, it's the freedom, it's the solution, and it's going to be the future. And I started to go to schools to educate them, to tell them with basic and easy stories how to understand Bitcoin. why is it important, and why our country it's the first one to make it legal. So I did some videos. Of course, you can't hear them, but I'm asking random people at streets, like, why you don't use Bitcoin? What is Bitcoin? And all of them, they say like, oh, I think it's like a cryptocurrency. Oh, I don't use it because I don't know how. So that's why I was like, okay, so people don't know how to use Bitcoin. They don't know what it is. So I will like start putting my seed, no? So we can orange peel the whole country, because I would say that maybe 90% of the people here are foreigners. That's good, I love it. But here in El Salvador, like 90% of Salvadorans do not use Bitcoin. So the only ones that are taking advantage of the Bitcoin are the foreigners. So I want also the Salvadorans to use the Bitcoin. So that's why I started to do these projects, that giving talks, and also I was giving them shirts with the Bitcoin logo. And then I made my brand of shirts of El Salvador and Bitcoin. This is one of the schools. Those are the shirts. And I started to also like promote more my culture of El Salvador, Bitcoin. And, oh, well, this is my CBD business that we sell the CBD oil, because my dad, he gives for free to people in need that doesn't have access to doctors or medicine, the CBD oil. And to keep helping all of these people, we started to sell the CBD, the lotions for the face, and also organic teas that we grow. And these are the shirts that some of them I designed them. So that's something that I do right now in El Salvador. Of course, I want to spread more the world, not only in El Salvador, but around all the world, like go to schools, educate people, tell them that at the end, this is going to be the future. It's like the internet back then, that no one will pay attention to the internet. They will say like, oh, what is this? I don't need that. I will keep writing my stuff at notes. And now, no one lives without the internet. So for me, that's going to be the Bitcoin. Well, it is right now for me, but in a few years for the rest of the world. Thank you so much for listening to my speech. And if you have any questions, I will be at my booth over there with all my products. And if you want to take some pictures too, thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for Alejandra Guajardo, ladies and gentlemen.